Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. We are live. I'm xBlueRendezvous, and joining me is,
TheAshenLuca.
and we're so excited to be starting our first podcast. Woo! Super hype. All right, so the first thing that we have is our introductions. And starting off will be Luca. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hello, my name is Luca. I have the nickname Luca on the second floor because my name is Luca and I live on the second floor. I've been in the Xbox community for a couple months now. Met a lot of really cool people. Done a couple of shows. So not too much to tell about me. I'm a huge Dark Souls fan, which no one knows about. So
Nice, nice. And I'm Blue. Everyone calls me Blue. I'm a gamer. I'm a streamer on Twitch, and I'm just, an all-around cool person, I think. No, I'm just kidding. But
you're pretty cool.
thank you, Bill. But yeah, just not much else to say. Just that, just gamer, streamer for now, and soon podcaster, if everything goes well. All right, so next up we have some questions. I'm super excited to start this, guys, because this is so much fun. So let's play our music. Don't laugh.
What? I'm excited.
I know, it's super exciting. All right, here's our music. Time for some questions. Who's excited? I'm excited. Don't mind me, guys. I'm a little hype. All right, so first question. Question time. Oh. So I guess I can go first or Luca can go first. We'll decide.
No,
But
you can go first.
I'll go first. First question is, how would your best friends describe you? Oh boy. So, my best friend, I think, would describe me as crazy, super real, because I say things sometimes without a filter. And I think she would describe me as I think she would say I'm fun because, I'm fun, I think.
You're fun.
I think that's it. I think three adjectives are pretty good. What about you, Luca?
Uh, well, people say I'm funny, and I think I'm pretty funny, so I agree with them on that. And then my best friends, they'd say I'm savage. I get that a lot, like, "Oh, you're so savage," because I too lack a filter, and I say whatever comes to my mind. And people say I'm nice sometimes. They're like, I'm kind of nice occasionally. I get bitch more often though, but
Oh no. Well, I agree with two of those. All right, next question, please, is what is your favorite holiday and why? So you go first this time.
Okay. Halloween is my favorite holiday just because I don't know, there's just something about it that I really like. I mean, I like scary stuff. Oh, okay, that's not true. I just think
Oh
it's
my
pretty cool.
god.
I think it's cool. I just think it's cool. I like it.
Uh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's it. No,
Okay.
go ahead.
I was
Yeah,
like,
okay.
is there more? Maybe I
No,
should
no,
wait.
no,
Okay.
no, no,
So
no.
I'm not gonna lie, Halloween is kind of fun, except I don't dress up for Halloween. Ever. Like, I don't know if it's because, and it's kind of interesting because I work with children, so you would think that I would dress up, but I don't know. Maybe I should one day.
Perhaps you should. I don't dress up either. I haven't dressed up since
Oh, so
middle
then
school.
exactly. It's just like they're like, "What are you?" I'm myself.
I am myself.
So do you just like watching other people being dressed up?
Yeah, I just think it's really exciting how into it some people get. Uh,
Yeah, for
I
real.
remember I took Halloween off last year just because I thought it'd be cool to do that because I really love Halloween. It's the best holiday in my opinion.
That's awesome. I mean, what I like the best and what I wish I could do one day if I had the patience to sit down and like fucking sit there for an hour and do that is the makeup looks that they do. You know, like if I could just wear regular clothes and just do like a crazy skull makeup look on my face, like I would definitely do that. But you know how long that shit takes? Like what?
Pretty long
I
time.
don't I don't have the patience for that. So,
Yeah. I don't have
what's the
patience for
craziest costume you've seen?
Um, I do not recall.
The ones
uh,
that get me though, are like the slutty this, slutty that. Like I can't. I'm like, what? Why? All
well,
right.
I mean, I like it when girls aren't afraid to show themselves, I guess. I have a lot of
Mhm.
friends. I have a lot of girlfriends who would dress up like that, and I just like, oh, okay.
Oh, do you look cute?
Yeah.
Oh man. All right. Well, my favorite holiday, I think, is New Year's, and the reason for that is because I feel like it's a I think it's the only holiday that I actually celebrate, to be honest. It's just a nice like refresher, like a new year. I know this is gonna sound so cliche, but like
New
new
year,
year,
new
new
me.
you. Yeah. I'm like, all right, stop
Oh
it.
my
Like
God, that is so funny. I was saying that for at least 2 months because I would say it at work all the time, and my coworkers would be like, because I have anger issues, so I would have little outbursts, and then I'd be like, you know what, guys, it's gonna be different this year. I'm gonna be a lot nicer. New year, new me. And then 5 minutes later, something would happen, and I'd be like, all right,
and they're like,
never
"Oh, what happened? What happened, Luca? What happened to the new you?"
mind.
Damn. No, I don't know. I guess I like the idea that you can start over and start fresh, but I don't really do it. Like, I set goals for myself, I guess, internally. Like, I'm not going to be like, all right, what's your New Year's resolution? Nah, I'm just like, internally, this is what I want to do this year. And then I do it because, you know, that's how I is. But I don't know. I don't really. I mean, I guess I say I should like work on myself and do these things, but it's just so hard. And I'm just kidding. Sometimes I change
Yeah,
things,
it
but
is.
what are you gonna
Like
do?
the thing is, if you need a holiday to say to yourself, "Oh, I don't like this part of myself. I'm going to change myself," then you're not really committed to it. Like it's not something you actually want to do. It's just something you feel obligated to do.
Right,
Like, there's you have the entire year to change yourself if you want to. You don't have to wait for a specific day. That's how I feel about it.
right. That's how I agree. Um, yeah, I agree with that. I feel like do it when you want to do it. Don't do it because someone's telling you to do it. You know.
Yeah.
And I mean, honestly, that's how I feel about a lot of holidays. Speaking of which, today's Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all the
Oh, happy
mothers out
Mother's Day
there.
to all the
I
mamas.
will say it, but you know, like my mom is she's funny. She's just like, you guys we can catch her, catch you later, rain check. And I'm like, are you sure? Like it's Mother's Day. She's like, yeah, but there's too many people out right now. Like, let's just do it another day. And I'm like, okay, mom, whatever you say. It's
Yeah,
your day.
I don't know where my mom is, to be perfectly honest.
Oh my god.
Like
My mom's gone.
yeah, I don't know where she is. She's with my brother doing something, but I don't know what they're doing.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. I don't know where my mom is on Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't really, you know, do much on like when there's I do the bare minimum. Like Thanksgiving, okay, fine. Who wants us to come over? Fine. You want us to come over, then I'll come over. Like it's just one of those things cuz everyone else feels a certain way about it. So I'm like, all right, fine, we'll just do it then. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, next question. What is your favorite color?
Pink.
What?
No one believes me. No one believes me, but it's my favorite color. It's so cute. Oh my God, I love it so much. But everyone's all like, you don't wear anything pink ever. I'm like, so the fuck? They think it's too girly for me, I guess. Too soft. I don't know.
Oh, too soft, too girly for
Yeah.
Luca.
Yeah.
You should have put some pink in your little photo down here. Like, that would have been cute, right? Just like some pink
Yeah.
glitter
Yeah, I
coming out of the
think so.
skull's eyes, like pink glitter.
Can you imagine? That'd be so good.
Like pink glitter tears just like falling down. That would have been funny. No, the crap says no way Luca's favorite color is pink.
Yeah, craft, it is my favorite color. It's so cute. I have pink stuffed animals, so
That's
I
hilarious.
like stuffed animals too.
You
There's that.
do? You have
Yeah.
stuff? Do you sleep with them?
Yes.
Oh my god, that's so cute. That's so cute. I'm not gonna lie. Well,
Yeah, they're cute.
my favorite color is, if you can't guess, blue.
Oh, I had no idea.
Oh man, damn. I knew I was trying to like trick you guys and I was going to say another color, but I can't lie about this. It's blue. I mean, I've always liked blue and hence the name. The name came from that. And, you know.
Oh, you don't say.
TiVo says rose gold iPhone then, Luca.
Yeah, it's actually space gray.
Yo. Yeah, I don't know. It's funny because like people say the same thing about me. The color I wear the most is black. And so,
Oh, same.
yeah, I wear a lot of black to the point where people are like, "Are you goth?" And I'm like, "Who the fuck are you? Who? Like, why are you asking me this question?
Why are you talking to me?
Yeah, like walk away, God.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I just prefer. Well, okay, so I don't think I do it consciously. I don't say I'm gonna go to the store and I'm gonna buy everything black. It just kind of happens.
Yeah. I just like it. I have a lot of black stuff. So, but you know, sometimes I'm looking through my clothes for that specific black shirt, and like my sister's like, "You have a bunch of other black shirts. Why can't you wear those?" I'm like, "No, it has to be this one."
That's funny because like the same thing happens to me. They're like, or I'll walk into a place and they're like, "Oh, another black outfit, nice, I guess." And I'm like, "Why are you hating though? This is a different kind of black. This one is the black shirt with the deep V cut, like."
Oh my god.
All right, the one I was wearing yesterday was a crew neck one. Okay, so like, what's the problem here? All right, well, my favorite color is blue, so we'll end it on that. Next question is: are you a morning person or a night person?
I'm a morning person. I don't like staying up late. Sometimes I'll stay up late to talk to like Fox or no, actually Fox is the only one I'll stay up late for. But I prefer sleeping when it hits like 10 o'clock. And then I wake up at like 6:30 a.m. energized.
Damn, 6:30.
Yeah.
Oh my god, on like the weekends too.
Yes.
Oh my god. See, that's the funny thing. I don't think I'm a morning person, but I'm not sure if I'm a night person either. Cause like I don't like to wake up early. I wake up early for work and it's brutal and I'm like, why? I feel like a zombie and I'm like, ugh, in the morning. Like, don't talk to me.
Yeah.
But at night I get so tired. I'm like, what's wrong with me? I'm like,
maybe you're an afternoon person.
maybe. It's like 10 o'clock and I'm like, I'm so tired. I need to go to bed. But I'll stay up late, no problem. But I'll just be like, I mean, people in the Xbox Live Party have heard me where I'm just like silly as fuck. And I'm like, ha ha ha, guys. Ha, ha, ha. And everyone's like, what's wrong? Are you drunk? And I'm like, nah, I'm just tired. Sorry. Damn, Tim, it's 4 a.m. where you are? Whew.
Oh, that's a real G right there.
That's Aussie time, man. I can't. All right, so moving on. Now that we got our questions out of the way, I hope that you got to know us a little better. I really do. Because, that's what we're here for. But next topic is our first chosen topic. It's usually a lighter topic where we'll talk about something fun, not too heated. But it might get heated anyway, but we won't start out heated. So let's get our music for that. And our topic for this week is, I will get that up for you guys. the effects social media have on video games and movies. So, Luca, I know that this was Luca's topic, everyone. Shout out to Luca. Um, I'll let you tell me a little bit about, what we were talking about, the games that you had issues with social media.
Okay, so Mass Effect Andromeda, that game, I I'm a huge Mass Effect fan. Me and Jamie Moran are, and I was really excited for the game to come out. I took days off work to play that game. I'm a huge fan of the series, and we started hearing issues about it when we had that 10-day EA access trial, or 10-hour. I don't whatever, that when we had our EA access trial, and people were saying that there was bugs and glitches and all that stuff. And I was like, huh. So I didn't play too much of it because I wanted to experience all of it on my day off so I could just play it nonstop.
Mm.
But the reviews came out and people were complaining about it. They said the game wasn't that good at all. They say the glitches ruined everything. They said the story wasn't good. They said so many things were said about it. And I was like, okay, well, let me just play the game for myself before I make any assumptions, because I'm not going to not play this game that I took off work for and been waiting for. And I played it and I ended up loving it. I loved it a lot. And like with everything I do, I expressed my opinion on Twitter, and I've got a lot of backlash about it. Like, there were many, many people who were questioning my opinion, who would come to me and say, oh, the game sucks. How can you like it? And I'd be like, well, I know this is hard for you to believe, but I don't really care about anyone else's opinion when it comes to things that I like personally. That doesn't really matter to me. And I argued with people back and forth about why I was enjoying the game, or I could even say something like, oh, I can't listen to reviews because my friends really enjoy it, without someone coming and saying, oh, so the game's a 10 out of 10, or, oh, so, the game's like, it's that good, huh? Even though, it has all of these issues. I'm like, well, I didn't experience any bugs or glitches, and it sucks for people who did, but that didn't happen for me. And I'm really enjoying the story, and I love Ryder. So, and it's like, reviews are subjective.
For sure.
Play it for yourself or watch it for yourself. Why are you listening to what other people think about something? Like, we are human. We're not all the same. We all have different feelings and opinions about things. So why would you go off on how someone else feels about something instead of experiencing it for themselves? And I especially don't like people who bother me on Twitter who are like, this game sucks. And I'm like, oh, did you play it? And they're like, well, no, but so-and-so and so-and-so said it sucked. So,
Seriously.
I'm going to listen to them. Listen, you fucking sheep. I don't want to hear that from you, okay? I don't want to hear that from anyone. If you haven't experienced it for yourself, then leave me the fuck alone. Like, I don't care. Like, if you can't even muster up the ability to try something for yourself, then your opinion is invalid to me, personally. And last night, I saw King Arthur, and that movie was amazing. It was like the best thing I've ever seen. It was so good. And I was like, oh yeah, man, I can't listen to reviews because people were hardcore hating on this, but I love it. And then, a couple of my buddies were like, oh, well, it's a good thing you didn't listen to my opinion. I was like, yeah, I wouldn't have cared if you told me you didn't like it. Like, no offense, bro, but, I don't listen to how other people feel about things when it comes to my personal enjoyment. Like, I have my own views, I have my own opinions, and I don't really care what anyone else says or thinks. If it's something that I feel like I'll enjoy, then I'll go and see it, or I'll go and play the game.
Right. See, that's the thing about it too. It's like, when we decide about getting a game or watching a movie, we like heavily rely on reviews just because we feel like it'll be helpful to know instead of spending all this money, like if it's going to be good or not. But I feel like a lot of reviews can be like super biased, and like and it has happened where I'll get a game or a movie and it would be better than, what people have been saying it is, just because I'm, I like what I like. Exactly like you said. Like, no one is going to exactly tell the way you will feel about something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna lie, I did not get Mass Effect, even though I was super excited about it because of that. Because people were talking about the bugs and people were saying that it's not good. And what sucks about that is that I was super excited. Like I was like, Mass Effect, yes. And then they just had to go and like burst my little bubble and just be like, nah, the game is bad. And I was like, but no. Um, I'm not. I mean, I'm kind of sad now that I didn't get it when I was gonna get it. I'm still gonna get it though,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm pretty sure if you're a fan of it, you'll like it. That's what people keep telling me, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I was a fan of the last ones. Like I played that game a lot,
Mm-hmm.
so I feel like yeah, it's quite frustrating when you miss out on something just because other people are talking crap about you know and so most
Yeah.
of the people don't even know what they're talking about. Like how can you say you don't like something if you haven't even played it? That makes no sense.
It doesn't make any sense. I agree. And it's like those reviews really did have a huge effect on the game because I was wearing my Mass Effect hoodie and when I was getting my medication at the pharmacist, and what the pharmacy tech was like, oh, you're a fan of Mass Effect? Yeah, me too. And I was talking to her about it, and I told her that I was playing the new game, and she's like, yeah, I really wanted to get the new game, but I heard it had a lot of issues and that it wasn't good, so I didn't. And I was like, okay. And this is coming from someone who I assume is like a casual gamer, like not
Mm-hmm.
super into it. I'm like, okay, well, if it like reached out that far, then I don't know, man. Like, I just think that people are way, way too harsh on games, and I think that there's such a high standard now. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. There is a very high standard, and people really expect a lot from a game, especially because there's like the deadline. There's, you have to appease all different kinds of gamers. People expect more from a game, even though it's like, I mean, if it's part three, if it's a part another if it's a sequel, like
Hmm.
why would you expect it to, like, I hate when people say, oh, but this is exactly like the last one. Like, bitch, it's part two. What? What do you mean? Like, they have to, what are they gonna do, like completely change the game to a different game? Like, what are you talking about? And it just frustrates me because I that's why I like the reviews that show gameplay, that show how the game works, and they try hard not to be biased. Those are the ones that I appreciate. Those are the people that I follow because everyone else can just go eat shit or something, because what are you doing with your life? Like, stop
Exactly. And
it.
don't get me wrong, there are people who've played like hundreds of hours of the game and are still like, yeah, it's still not the best. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's cool. Your opinion is valid. How you feel is valid. I'm not gonna dispute that. However, that doesn't have anything to do with me. That doesn't
Right.
affect me in any way. That's like just because you played 100 hours of this game and you say, oh, it's like, it's like a 7. That doesn't have anything to do with me, bro. Like, I don't
Right.
care. You're not me, I'm not you. We've had different experiences in our life. We like different things, so it doesn't really
Exactly.
like you coming at me saying, "Oh, I played this much, therefore my opinion is more valid than yours." It doesn't do anything for me because I don't care. Is really what it comes down to. I don't understand why people give me their opinions like I care. Like, I don't care. Like, I never care.
Like, who
It
are
unless
you?
who are you? Unless I say, "Hey, what's your opinion on this? I'm curious." Then I don't care. If I say, "Hey, I'm really loving a game," and you come at me on Twitter like, "Well, I think it sucks." I'm like, "I don't care though." But like, bitch, did I ask though? I
I
did not ask you.
know. Did I
Like,
ask you? I People give me shit for playing Gears still now
oh
here
really?
in this day and age, and I'm like why? Like, okay, I'm not gonna lie, I get upset with Gears of War, and I freaking I rant and rave about it, but like that's me, okay? Like you don't tell me how to feel about this game. I feel the way I feel, and that's it. Like they'll be
Exactly.
like, why are you playing it? That game sucks. Or they'll be like, like, oh, this game has so many like issues, like how, oh, you should play this game instead. And I'm like, but I want to play this game, dude. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Especially like because I stream, so in my chat, people are just like, so exhausting. Get out of here. Why are you here commenting on a game? If it sucks and you're coming to this page to tell me it sucks, like, you're just wasting your time, dude. Like, who has time for shit like that?
I don't get. Yeah, who has time for? First of all, okay, listen. Let me give an example. The Switch, I don't care about the Switch. I don't care about Nintendo. I don't care about any of that shit. However, when my friends are on Twitter talking about how excited they are and how happy they are to be playing the game, or when Crap was talking about how he couldn't find a Switch, I wasn't like, oh, well, that's good because it sucks. I was like, oh, man, that sucks. Hopefully you'll be able to find one soon. I don't go around trying to rain on people's parade or trying to exert my influence. I don't fucking care. I don't care about how you feel about something if it doesn't affect me personally. Like, if you like something or if you don't like something, that's on you. Just whatever.
Seriously. I feel like here's my theory. I feel like people like that, aka trolls, have nothing better to do with their lives. They're like bored and they're like, you know what would be funny? If I go to someone's channel and I start typing things like, you know, that'll annoy them, and then like that'll be so funny, right? And they're talking to no one, just themselves. You know how that is? You can picture that shit, right?
I can picture it.
Damn, yo, get a life. Like, we could be friends, but you instead want to be a troll and just like do stupid shit like that. I don't understand. I feel like sometimes people are like that with, and honestly, I don't understand how some of these reviewers have their jobs, because I feel like that's how they are. Like, they're just like, I don't like this game. I'm just gonna shit on it. Like, dude, you could be, come on, do your job. Like, as a reviewer, you're not supposed to be like, this game is not for the console that I like, so I'm just gonna shit all over it. Like, no, stop. What?
Yeah.
So that's annoying. I didn't even talk about movies. I mean, I can't remember a specific movie that's happened with me for. But for example, like, I like the Fast and the Furious movies. I don't know. I just like them. Okay. So, but every time I tell people, oh yeah, I went to go see Fast and the Furious, like, people are just like, oh, but those movies suck. Like, they're the same thing over and over. And I'm like, I don't care. I like them. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
But, you know, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
I mean, I'm not the only one. It makes a lot of money.
Yeah, it does.
Those movies make hell about, like, what? Dude.
It's just cool to hate on what's popular, I guess.
That's true. That's a whole nother thing. Like, the people that have to work go against the grain, but like just on purpose, just because, you know what I mean? That's weird though. Come on, get a mind of your own. I feel like people just, I don't know, people are weird.
Yeah, people are weird. I really don't get it. And like, something not game related, let me tell you. Okay, so I've been trying to switch my fucking phone to that new Galaxy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I walk into T-Mobile and I go to the representative. I'm like, hey, I'm looking to switch my get that new Galaxy phone. He turns around and I see that Apple Watch and I'm like, oh no.
Here we go.
I already know what's up. He's like, what kind of phone do you have? I'm like, I have the iPhone 6s Plus. He's like, why don't you just wait for the new iPhone 8? First of all, motherfucker, it's like, people, listen, if I'm coming into your store to get something, I don't want your fucking opinion about what I should be spending my money on.
Yeah.
Like, it's like they assume that I don't do my research. I know. And he's over here like explaining shit.
Oh my God, yes.
And I'm like, sir, I know literally everything about this stuff because I researched this stuff hardcore before I come in here. But he's like, yeah, you should get the new iPhone. I'm like, I don't want the new fucking iPhone. I didn't ask for the new iPhone. I want the goddamn Galaxy phone.
Like, let me live.
Yeah, just let me have what I want. I don't see, this is why I don't talk to salespeople if I can avoid it. I like fucking will go around to avoid it. If I'm looking for something and I can't find it and they come to me like, hey, do you need help? I'm like, absolutely not. Get away from me. I don't. Oh my God. Like, that's just it's so annoying. It's so annoying.
It's funny because like the other day we just went to the store and we were jumping from the iPhone 7s. I mean the iPhone 7, the big one.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, sorry, I'm like having a brain fart.
It's
to
okay.
the 7, the smaller one, right? In case you guys don't know. And the guy was like looking at us like, you sure you want to do this? Like, and I'm like, yeah, like let's just move it along, sir. What are you holding? What's the hold up? Like, he's like, well, most people don't do this. Like, you know that there's gonna be, less. It's not gonna be as high quality. The battery life is gonna be less. And it's like, all right, but just give me the fucking phone. Like, what are you doing? It's so sad.
It's very bothersome. It's like people assume that you're stupid.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so to give them a little like a benefit of the doubt, I guess. I don't know, maybe a little bit, but I know that they probably encounter a lot of stupid people. Like, okay, fine, but if I'm walking in, right, and we're just like, all right, we want this and this and this, like, you can tell who knows their shit and who doesn't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, obviously, it was a decision. If we're going from one iPhone to another iPhone, it's just different size. Like, obviously, we know what we're doing, But
why did you switch?
So TiVo wanted a smaller phone because he didn't like the way it felt. It was too big in his hand to like type with one hand.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, that's what happened there.
Okay.
All right. So enough of that topic. We shall move on to our next topic, and yes, of course, you guessed it. I have some music for that. Our next topic is Girl, Let Me Tell You. And this is where we talk about something that happened to us during the week, the other day, last night, where it's just ridiculous and just crazy and annoying. So, Luca, if you want to go first, go for it.
Let's see here. A lot of things bother me. How about you go first?
All right.
Yeah.
Girl, let me tell you. Yesterday, I was streaming, right? We're chill, we're cool, I'm talking to people in the chat. Hey, what's up, guys? What's up? Super hype. Yeah, okay. I'm playing Gears of War 4, of course, because when am I not playing that fucking game? And I'm listening to music because on my channel we have song requests. And so my song plays and it's don't laugh at me, okay? It's Careless Whisper. You know that song?
Never heard of it before.
Oh my God. You have to hear that song. That song is life. I don't know if any of you guys in the chat have heard that song. That song, I don't know. I just love it so much. All right. So Careless Whisper starts playing. Whew. So I'm like there playing. I'm like, this game is making me angry. So I just start singing to calm myself down. No problem. I'm belting out the freaking lyrics like I'm freaking, I don't know, amazing singer, which I'm not, by the way. Let me let you guys know. And I'm just like, yeah, da, 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 da. I'm not going to sing for you guys because then you would hate it, but I'm just singing there. No problem. All of a sudden, someone starts hitting me, with their shotgun, just like my teammate hitting me. And I'm like, what is this guy doing? Back the fuck up, dude. And I was like, oh shit, I wonder if my mic is on. Because I'm screaming at him. I wonder if he can hear me screaming at him. And I check, and my mic was on the entire time. And I was like, what? Oh no, I was singing this whole time. And I was like, guys in the chat, I was singing to my teammates this entire time. And I was like, I think that's why he was hitting me. No. And then I put start, quit, and I just quit the game because I was like, no, I can't. That's embarrassing. Like, nah. Yes, it was the 80s one, the original Careless Whisper. I was singing that shit like I was the best singer ever. And the guy's hitting me with his shotgun like, shut the fuck up. And I'm like, what is he doing? And yeah, fail.
That's fucking hilarious.
So that's my girl, let me tell you. I was like red in the face. Everybody in my chat was laughing at me. And I was like, no.
Well, I'll give you a story from last week because nothing has happened too much this past week that has pissed me off.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so I have this class, right? And class is almost over. And I literally complain about this class all the time because my teacher is a hot fucking mess. First of all, this guy has not graded my homework since April 3rd.
Excuse
Okay.
me?
Yeah. I'm like, all right, that's not that big of a deal. Me and this one guy are the only ones who ever do our homework on time. And me and this one guy are the only ones who really go to class all the time. So I'm
Mm.
like, all right, this is fine, right? So I show up like 5 minutes late because, I'm like, whatever, like I can be a little bit late. And I sit
Mm-hmm.
down and I'm sitting there for like 35 minutes not doing anything because this motherfucker has not started class yet. I'm like, sir, what time is it? Sir, class starts at 6 o'clock. It is 6:35. What the fuck is going on? Like, what is going on? So he doesn't start the class for like 40 minutes. And I'm like, all right, this is fine, right? And then I see someone walk in who has not been to class since the second week. And
Oh
I'm like,
my
what?
God.
What, sir? What are you doing here? Class is over in 2 weeks. Like,
Like,
what
who
is
dis?
happening? Who are you? Like, what? I just don't understand.
Who
And
dis?
it's
New
like,
phone.
and then he has class. He lectures for like 20 minutes, right? And he's
Mm-hmm.
like, all right, you guys can go. I'm like, sir, class ends at 9:40. It is 7 o'clock. What do you mean we can go? Like,
Oh
I just
my
don't understand. I
God.
don't understand anything about that class, and it's almost over, thank God. But like, I show up and I like just listen to my headphones and just do my homework in class now because it doesn't fucking matter. He hasn't graded it in forever. And like, sometimes I'll catch little parts of his lecture where he's like, yeah, people find it rude when they're talking and the people they're talking to aren't listening to them. And I'm just looking at him like, are you talking about me? Is it I that you were speaking of? I don't fucking care. I don't fucking care.
I mean, look, sometimes I would be like, oh, should we get out early? Yes. But it's super annoying when you have to wait. Like, you have to go there. Like, you have to go. Like, I'm here. Just might as well fucking start the class. You know what I mean? Like, or don't let us out early now. Like, what was that? See, I used to go to night classes and I would have to take the. I don't have a car. I live in the city, New York City. Whoop,
Hmm.
whoop. And I'm so I'll take the train ride over and it's like, what, 45 minutes from work to school. And so I'm there and I'm like, all right, fine. And rush hour over here is a fucking bitch. Like, people on the train get crazy. They hit you with their elbows to push you out of the way. Like, they seriously. So I'm like making my way there. Okay, I'm here. I got my little Starbucks tea. And I'm like, all right, I'm sleepy, but we're doing this. I'm here. Mark me here for attendance. Yes. And then he's like, all right, guys, you can go after like 20 minutes. And I'm like, are you kidding me? He didn't even take attendance. He didn't even know. I'm just like, are you serious?
Yeah, and there's been time like I go to class right after work too, right? And like rush hour is fucking terrible. And there've been times where I've shown up to class and like I look at my phone and there's like an email of him saying, "So I'm actually going to show up at 7, guys, because, I had like a little issue." I'm like, "What the fuck do you mean you're going to show up at 7? I did not rush my black ass down here to read that class is starting an hour later.
Oh
What do you
my
mean that we
God.
can like come back? I'm not coming back. I'm leaving." And then this isn't the first time where he has just like shown up super late. I remember this one time I show up to class and he doesn't show up till like 7:30, and I sent him an email at 7:20 saying, "Listen, I waited for you for an hour and 20 minutes. I'm out." And then he sends me an email back saying, "Oh, I just got here."
Oh
What?
my God.
What? What? You just getting here doesn't have anything to do with me. I'm fucking leaving. So he's giving me stress. Like, it's gotten to the point where people, like my friends, are like, "Yeah, I can't wait for Thursdays to hear your rants about class." I'm like, "Are you serious? Like,
Wow.
is this the life that I have to lead?" Like,
Hashtag Luca rant.
I don't know what ranting is.
Dude, I don't understand. Like, I understand professors might, they have lives. They probably don't want to be here, maybe. I don't know. But, like, could you just have let me? Oh, the worst is when they send an email saying class is canceled, like, I don't know, an hour before class starts. And I'm at work. Like, I went from work to school. I was working full time. Like, I do not check my email very often. And so I get there and no one's there. And I'm like, what's happening? Like, where is everyone? And I look at my email just in case, let's see, and class is canceled. I'm like, you son of a bitch. I
Yeah.
like, why? I could have went home. That means I took an hour to get there and now I have to take an hour to go back home. Like, what the fuck?
Like, basically, I just want to jump every time class is over. I'm like, all right, this is fine, I guess. Well, next week is our is my last class, and you know,
Yes. Good shit.
I'm probably gonna fail the final because
No.
he's been letting us do our final open book, and I'm just like, all
Oh.
right. Well, I'm sorry, he's been letting us do our quizzes open book, so I literally have not studied
Oh,
or read the
no.
chapter.
Damn, he set you guys up for failure.
He set us up for failure, but it's fine.
Oh my god. Well, good luck, girl. I mean, I don't know how helpful that's gonna be, but
Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll see what happens. I was gonna do my homework this weekend, but then I was like, you know what? I'm not.
fuck it. Oh man. All right, so time for our next topic. Our next topic is our chosen topic, and it's a little heavier than our previous chosen topic, which means that, we'll get into something that's a little bit more controversial. And we would love to hear your opinions on it in the chat if you want to send that over. If not, all good.
Yeah, what we're saying is it's probably gonna make some of you uncomfortable.
Yeah,
so
exactly. She knows. All right, here's our music. All right, so let's get into that. Our next topic is dating within/outside one's culture. So, what we mean by that is if someone is of a particular race or background or ethnicity and they date outside of that race or background or ethnicity, whatever you feel like calling it, or within that, and the issues that might arise with doing one or the other. And Luca had a great story about this, and if you would like to share, Luca.
all right, so this was a few.
What?
I said that Fox playing drums is hot, and Tim's like, yeah, I was about to say the same thing, Luca. Oh my god. Anyway, so this was a few years ago, and I was minding my whole ass business as per usual. And I walk into my laboratory because I'm about to help my team leader get ready to move some inventory. And I noticed that a couple of my coworkers are like having this discussion. And one of the girls, she's Mexican. She's like, yeah, I can't imagine dating someone who isn't Mexican as well because it's like, they're not in my culture and stuff. And there's this Polish girl, and she's like, oh, that's so wrong, that's so discriminatory, like, why would you even say that stuff, like, race doesn't even exist. I was like, oh, okay. Okay. And then like our one coworker who's Indian, she's like, I don't think you understand. And you could tell she was like being really wishy-washy. She didn't want to cause any drama. However, since I don't give a fuck, I walked in and I hear the tail end of the conversation. I'm like, oh yeah, she doesn't get it because she's white. And then obviously that was a mistake on my part because this girl and I start having like a discussion about race, and she's like, yeah, race is a social construct, it doesn't exist. And I'm like, well, that may be so, however, it's still something that affects some of us, and it's like, it's about time for me to go. We spend 5 minutes talking about this, and I end the conversation with, oh, well, like, the only people who get upset about being called racist are racist. And then I start to walk away, and then she like freaks out on me. She runs up to me, like gets all up in my face like she's gonna beat me up, and then she yells out, oh, are you calling me racist? You're calling me racist. And then everyone in the lab is looking at her, and I'm just like, what? And my team leader comes in, and she's like, what is going on? And then she pulls us out into the hallway, and we're having like a discussion, and this girl, she's like crying. She's like, I just don't like being called racist in front of in front of all of my coworkers. And I'm like, well, I didn't call you racist in front of everyone. You kind of just yelled it out, and now everyone knows that we were talking about that. And yeah. And I had to like smooth it over and get her to stop crying. I was like, please stop crying. I don't want to deal with any of that. And she our team leader, she talks to us. She's like, yeah, you guys can't be having these conversations at work. And I'm like, all right. And so me and my team leader leave, and I'm like kind of nervous because She hasn't been my team leader for that long. And she's like, man, fuck that bitch. I don't even know why you're having that conversation with her. She doesn't, of course she's not going to understand. I'm like, yeah, that's true.
Oh,
And it's just
damn.
like, I mean, it's something that I deal with personally because I
Mhm.
can't, I haven't dated a black person since I was 13.
Mm.
Most of my exes are white. And it's like, I make jokes about it a lot. I need to resist the temptation of the white flesh.
Mhm.
And it's like,
Oh my
yeah, I make jokes about it. And my mom, she makes a big deal about it too. She's like, I don't want you dating anyone who's not black. And I'm like, okay, but mom, like literally all of your exes are Mexican and
Oh,
Puerto
wow.
Rican. I'm just like, what do you mean? Like, right? Like, what do you mean?
Word.
Like, I don't, like, I really don't get it. And I mean, my siblings are half Mexican, so I don't really get what the issue is.
Mhm. That's funny cuz okay, I am Puerto Rican and Dominican, and while it's still, you know, Latino, there's also things that happen within that where Puerto Ricans dating Dominicans, like that's a big no, and my parents, they each on both sides of their family had that issue where they were telling them like, oh, you shouldn't be dating that person, you know, um, just because of, and I just feel like it's just so stupid
Yeah.
because I don't know, I kind of feel like we're all people, and I feel like let me love who I want to love. Seriously, um, don't tell me who I can and cannot date. Like, definitely don't tell me that shit because I will date this person to just get you upset. Just
Yeah.
kidding. But
Definitely.
like my my sisters are really, well, my mom doesn't have an issue with it, but my sisters are really into dating black men. Um, and it's fine. I mean, no one really has a problem with it, but like my stepdad is a little bit racist and he will like make comments about it, and we all get on him about it because that shit ain't cool. uh but there's just something where people just like are raised with this mindset of just you have to just date within your within your race, within your ethnicity, and it's just a little ridiculous to me. um I mean, me personally, I've dated uh I haven't I've dated black men, I've dated Latino men, and honestly, like to me it's just like whatever. The only thing I do realize with that stuff is that when you date outside of your culture or outside of your, let's just say culture, because a lot of this is cultural. When you date outside of your culture, you notice that there are things that they won't understand when it comes to your family or the things that you do, whatever it is, like the cultural part of, you know, your, let's just say like food, for example. Like they might not necessarily understand the things you eat, or like religion, for example. They might not understand like why you do particular things. Like all these issues come up when you date outside of your own culture. Um, and I feel like, what do you think? Like, do you think it's more difficult to date outside of your culture or of your race?
I think it's difficult only if 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 you don't make the effort and they don't make the effort to try to understand or listen to where you're coming from, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember one of my exes, we got into this huge argument and they didn't understand why I was upset about certain things. And I like had to spell it out. I'm like, because it's because I'm black. What do you mean? And they didn't get it and they weren't sensitive about it. And that was like the beginning of the end, basically.
Mm,
But I think if the person you're dating is willing to make the effort to understand
right.
and like vice versa, then it should be fine. I know that
Right.
we're all different as people, but I don't think that should stop us. I don't think
Well,
we should
yeah, for
restrict
sure.
ourselves.
For sure. It definitely should not stop you. I feel like like someone said in the chat, Cypher Man said in the chat, people need to understand each other's culture so that there's better understanding amongst us all. You know, I feel like if we take the time, if we put in work, then it'll be better. You know what I mean? Um there's no especially in relationships, like if you want to be with this person, you need to learn about them, and that means you learn about their culture, you know?
Yes.
um yeah, it's quite interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I agree.
Relationships.
I think we just have a lot of uh, mindsets that are ingrained in us from when we're first born and the society we grow up in about
Right.
how we feel about, like, how we feel about people of color, how we feel about people who are overweight, how we feel about people who date the same gender, stuff like that. I
Right.
just think that for a lot of it, people are not willing to understand or try to understand. They're so set in their mindset that they're not willing to give anyone else a chance or listen to how anyone else feels in that regard. Like, you won't ever really catch me arguing with someone who is Latin about certain things that has to do with their culture. Like, I just
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't do it. I'd be like, okay, yeah, no, I get where you're coming from. I like to argue with people, but not when it comes to stuff that I cannot possibly have any idea about.
Right. Right. Exactly. See, that's the thing too. People don't remember things like that, where a lot of these things are sensitive, you know, because if you question someone's culture, you can very well be questioning like the very core of who they are. And that's hard. You know, if you tell someone that's stupid, what you do is stupid, you're basically telling them like who you are is stupid, because a lot of the times like this is all they know. And
Yeah.
while that's not necessarily a good thing to not be aware of, you know, the world and more cultures and things like that, like I feel like it's super important to learn about anything you can. um I don't know. I feel like I don't want to offend someone and tell them like their very core is stupid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, while there are lines, you know, where there's just some fucked up shit, no matter how you look at it. Um, there are other times where it's just like, yeah, this might be, you know, you sit down, you have a discussion. You don't necessarily like attack that or like what someone does or who someone is. You know what I mean? And like while this lady in your story, you said she was Polish, right?
Yeah.
I don't think she quite understood what the other woman was trying to say in terms of, you know, dating outside or within. I think she just maybe took it to heart just because maybe she went through something like that where she was interested in someone and they were just like, sorry, I don't date white people.
Yeah, it's the funny thing is this girl, she was always starting drama and then like leaving. So she would leave like a disaster in
Oh
her
my
wake
God.
and then go do something else. Like, she's pretty funny actually. But me and that Polish girl are really chill. Now we're
Yeah.
fine. Mostly because we have the same really dark sense of humor, so me and her be laughing at some fucked up shit. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's like I oh my god, Fox is having an aneurysm in the chat. I'm willing to discuss these things with people, but for the most part, I don't like talking about it. I don't like talking about race, and I don't like talking about sexual orientation. I don't like talking about any of those other things because there have been so many times where people have made me feel less than, or made me feel like my opinion is not valid, or have had me explain to them why racism is a bad thing and how it still exists. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not something I really haven't had to deal with racism that much.
Mm-hmm.
I'm light skinned, and there's a certain bit of privilege when it comes to that. I don't experience it as much as girls who are darker skinned. And I
Mm-hmm.
also grew up in a really nice neighborhood and such. However, it I also think if I do deal with racism, I don't pay attention to it because I don't really feel anything about it. There've been, like, usually when I'm out and about, I don't want anyone talking to me, and I'm like blanking out when anyone is saying stuff to me. Because I've had some stuff. Like this one time I was walking out of Walmart and some dude yelled some racial slur at me, and I didn't realize it until I was in the car. I was like, oh, okay. And I
Mm-hmm.
kept it moving. But
Mm-hmm.
there's also the fact that because of the way I speak and how I dress
Mm-hmm.
and what kind of music I listen to, people don't consider me black enough. They can, like, I'm called an Oreo and all that stuff. So I've had certain people come to me and say stuff like, oh, you're pretty cool. You're not like those other monkeys,
Wow.
which is rough. I was like, okay. What? Like, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to say about any of that.
Yeah. See, things like that. Yeah. Um. Personally, I can't be friends with someone like that. You know what I mean? I mean, I've been told the same thing where with my accent, which I don't even know what the fuck that means, like that I sound white, that I am I
Really?
even hell yeah, like people used to
Are you?
tell me all the time in school, they'll be like, "You sound like a white girl." And I'm like,
Uh, but you don't, though.
"But I don't think I do." Yeah, I'm just
You
like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And he's just like, or I've had boyfriends that would be like, you sound like such a white girl now." And I'm like, dude, get the fuck out of my life. Like, thank you.
yeah.
Because, like, what does that, A, what does that mean? And B, I sound how I sound. Let me live. God damn it. Like, I don't understand because I feel like if I don't, okay, so what they want me to sound like, right? And this is the thing. I don't appreciate when people tell me what they want me to do or be like, you know? Um, no, like that's not happening here. But I guess they are looking for, because I grew up like in the hood, basically, let's be real.
Hmm.
And I guess what they're looking for, what they're expecting is for me to sound, like I'm from here. And the issue with that is that if I go to another place, another area, I'm supposed to sound differently. If
Yeah.
I sound like I'm from here, the hood, then I get looks and I get like I'm already assumed to be a particular way because of it, whether it be ignorant or like poor or you know ghetto. That's another word that I just can't. But things like that, like there's so many stereotypes that come with just the way you speak and the way you dress, and it's so frustrating because if you don't fit a particular box, like people question you and like the way you are. And
Yeah.
what sucks
Oh,
about
yeah.
that is that you don't know my life.
Exactly. And it's like this isn't the first time. Like I've heard stuff like this all my life. I remember at my last job, I used to work third shift at a hospital, and I'd go downstairs and I'd talk to like the person who was in charge of getting out the lunches for the night shift people, and one day she was like, "So, what is you?" I was like, "Huh?" She's like, "Yeah, what are you?" I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
"Oh," I was like, "Oh, I'm black." She's like, "What? Really? Like, you see, like I thought you were like Cuban or like something else because you don't seem like one of us. Like you don't talk
Mm.
like one of us." And I was like, "Okay, but I'm black though, so I don't know. I don't know what you want me to say." Like people assume
Mm.
that I'm mixed,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not at all.
Yeah. Wow. That's kind of frustrating.
Yeah, it's always it's always
Have you met parents of people that you're dating and that happened to you?
uh no, I've never had any parents say anything to me about that.
Because I have the issue where, okay, getting back to dating within our culture, where I was dating another Latino and I've met his parents. And while I'm Latina, I wasn't raised speaking Spanish. So I have trouble sometimes getting words out and I get a little nervous. So that makes me like, I fuck up with my words a lot. Um, Whatever. So when I met his parents, they only spoke Spanish. So I would try and like communicate with them and things like that. And they basically told him that I'm not Latina enough because I don't speak Spanish the right way. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, who the fuck are your parents, first of all? And second of all, like, They don't speak English and they're in America, so fuck you. I'm just kidding. That's totally a joke, guys. totally, totally a joke, guys. Okay.
Oh my God.
No, but yeah, seriously though, like that was kind of like that kind of threw a wrench in our relationship because his parents didn't accept me, um, and it was kind of hard with that. So you have to deal with like not being enough of this and not being enough of that, and you're like in this like middle grounds where like one side doesn't accept you because of this and then another side doesn't accept you because of like your skin color, or like where you're from, because like people can look at me and assume that I'm Latina, and that's fine, okay, whatever, but just because I'm a Latina doesn't mean you get to decide, okay, so that means this about her. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But whatever. Wow. So, I mean, if you guys have any stories, definitely feel free to comment them below about any racism you've encountered or, stereotypes you've encountered that happened to you while dating. We are super interested in hearing that. Moving on. Our next topic is fuck that shit. So this is a perfect way to, slide on over to that. Slide to the right. Where we talk about the shit that annoys us or that we do not like, especially for the week or, in general. You guys are welcome to join in the chat, in the comments. Let us know what the fuck you went through that you were just like, fuck that shit. All right, let's play some music for the intro. Welcome to Fuck That Shit. Luca, would you like to start?
I literally feel that way about everything. To be perfectly honest, I have this reputation at work for being a bitch, but I just call people out on stuff. Like, people think I overreact, or they don't get the full story. And I'm like, first of all, I'm telling you what happened. If you don't believe me, well, that's fine, but I'm not overreacting to something. I just don't like when people treat me badly or treat other people badly.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like fuck that, dude. Like, fuck that. Like, fake it. God damn it. When you're at work, you need to at least pretend like you're a nice person, because that's what I do for the most part with the higher ups.
Right.
But occasionally I'll meet someone and I'm like, oh my God, fuck you, dude. Like, why do you have to be such a bitch? Like, it's like, and another thing, it's like, do people not know who I am? Like, I don't even know why someone would try to start anything with me. It's like they don't know that I've destroyed their lives several times. Like, I don't get that.
Destroy their lives. Oh shit. I mean, okay, so let's be real here. Like, there's a lot of times that I'm like that too, where a lot of things annoy me, and trust me, I'm trying to change a little bit, maybe not, I don't know, sort of, but people disappoint me a lot. So, for example, we were talking about it earlier, but I find it super annoying when people tell me what I should be doing. In particular, when family tells you, it's time to have babies, or you can't play video games anymore because like you're grown up. Like, fuck that shit. Like, what do you mean? Like, I do what I want. So I will have babies when I feel like having babies. I am not a machine. You do not tell me to just, start popping babies out like I'm some kind of like, no, stop. And like, I play video games because I want to play video games. Like, what do you do? Like, hello. I could be doing other things, but I'm not. So like, what? Like, that was always the shit that I used to get. Like, oh, what'd you do yesterday? Oh, I played video games. Really? Yes, really. What? Excuse me? So yeah, fuck that shit. I mean, I've had strangers come up to me and be like, how old are you? You don't have children yet? Oh, when I was your age, I did this or I had that. Or it's like, excuse me, lady, do I know you?
Like, who are you?
Like, who the fuck, where the fuck did you come from? Like, who, what? And it'd be like people on the bus or on the train, they'll be like, yeah, telling me their life stories. And it's like, this is interesting. Okay. Mm-hmm. And then they come with you know what? You should do this. You should do that. And I'm like, all right, you just lost me. Bye. Like, I'm nice to a certain extent. So yeah, fuck that shit. Oh my
In the chat are
god.
pretty awesome.
Yeah, man, you're never too old to game. Exactly. Cool Fusion. Exactly. I can't. So if you guys have any fuck that shits that you want to share, go for it. Because honestly, like I could go down the list, but yeah. Do you have any more, Luca? Did you run into any crazy people?
Listen, literally everything bothers me. It's like it's really bad. Like it's really bad. Like it's so easy for someone to get on my nerves where I'm just immediate. Like if you do one fucked up thing, I'm like, okay, I don't really want anything to do with you. Especially if I just beat you. Now, if you're one of my friends, I might be like, you know what? I'm, I'm gonna let you get away with this. I'm gonna tell you that you fucked up, but I'm gonna forgive you for it, you know. But I just pretty much everything bothers me, and it's really bad. It's really bad that it does. But I find people really annoying, and the fact that I have to interact with people is stressful for me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my like my boss was asking me why I wasn't so um, engaged when we had like our employee appreciation week, and I was like 100% not into any of that, and I like just didn't want to be involved in any of it, but I knew I had to. But the thing is, it's like every time I would like give my opinion about something, someone would counteract it, or every time I started talking, because like I just have a naturally loud voice, someone would like shush me, and then they'd ask me for my fucking opinion 5 minutes later. First of all, you just shushed me, okay? You just shushed me. So obviously you don't care about my opinion. My opinion does not matter. So I'm just gonna stay quiet. But then I get people say, "Oh, she's not a team player. She doesn't like being here," and all that stuff. I'm like, no.
Oh,
it's just
boy.
when I say something, you don't take it into account. You don't think it's valid. Or if I give like 2 or 3 good ideas, they keep asking me for my fucking opinion. Like I just gave you my ideas. Like I am ideaed out, and it's especially, and I just don't care. You know, especially if it's something I don't care about. I'm like, I don't want to talk about this. I don't want to talk about this at all. I don't want to deal with any of this. I just want to be left alone by myself. And if you don't value what I have to say, then just leave me the fuck alone.
Exactly. Do not fucking shush me. I will slap somebody. Like, what do you mean shush? You shush. That shit gets on my what? No, I can't. Like, you do not, especially in a situation like that where hello, like we're supposed to be giving our opinions. Like, hell no, you don't. Yes, Cypher, women don't like to be shush. Of course, I'm not a child. You know?
Yeah.
Like, you don't shush me.
Another thing that gets me is when people are like, calm down, when I am calm.
Woo!
I was fucking calm, and then you told me to calm down.
You want to see
like,
not calm?
You
want to see? You want to see not calm?
You want to see not calm?
I will show you.
I'm like explaining my feelings and how I feel about something in a nice, gentle manner. I'm like, oh, I don't like that because of this, this, and this. And then someone's like, oh, you should calm down. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean I should calm down? Perhaps you should get the fuck away from me before I kill you. Before I kill you. Don't tell me to calm down. You don't want to listen. Like, I was calm, and then you said, calm down, and now I'm not calm. Now I am angry. And you don't want to see me
fucked
when
up.
you know, people, like, I've had so many people who've, like, looked at me, like one of my friends, I would just bitch at him all the time because he was always doing stuff that irritated me. And he was just like, yeah, I better make sure I don't fuck up because I don't want to listen to you bitching at me. It's really annoying. Like, and I'm like, yeah, well, maybe you should just do things correctly then. You know, you ever consider that, buddy? Have you ever considered that? Have you ever considered that? I don't get mad at people unless they do something wrong.
Exactly. Like, don't say something stupid and then you won't have to hear me and my mouth, right?
Exactly.
I feel like a lot of this has to do with the fact that we are opinionated women. I feel like people don't like that, you know? I feel like as a woman, me telling you exactly what it is and you know you're wrong and you just don't like to hear it because I'm a woman. Like, I feel like no one shushes a guy.
It's true.
You know, like, what man have you heard shush another man?
That's true.
Like,
I've never heard it.
Bitch, if you don't stop. I feel like if I'm telling you, I feel like, okay, this is where I start, right? I start here. I'm gonna be like, okay, this is what I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you exactly how I feel. And then once someone says something like, oh, but you don't know what you're talking about, I'll be like, what? Excuse me? Then you get like 0 to 100 real quick.
It's
Like,
like,
I
do
don't.
not hear my 10-year explanation telling you how I
Exactly. I'm
feel.
giving you the facts. I'm giving you like the information you need. And like you are telling me I don't know what I'm calm down. What? Excuse me? You know, like that's just like making everything I said invalid, which is just fucked up. You don't do that. You know?
And
You
it
don't
proves they weren't
say
listening and they don't care.
exactly, which I feel like just honestly if you listen, things will go a lot smoother for you, buddy. And then I feel like with in my experience, when I've had these issues with women, it's a lot of the time, well, the women that I know, it's like a back and forth where none of us want to be wrong. And so we're both like, well, you don't understand because and the other one's like, well, no, you don't understand. And then we're going in circles and I'm like, okay, can we just calm down for a second and talk about this like seriously? And then they're just like, no, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm trying here to like be calm and collected and like talk to you. And then I just have the other one just being like, no, and I'm like, all right, never mind. That's when I just like
Feel
shut
like
down.
this is worth it.
Yeah, because I feel like, okay, fine. At first I started it that way. Fine. You yell back at me. It's okay. But then now I'm just like, all right, I'm not yelling at you anymore. Like let's talk about this. Like civilized human beings. Nah, it doesn't work. It's just like no.
Exactly. Oh, another thing that bothers me is when people interrupt me when I'm speaking. I'm like, there have been so many times where someone's had like starts talking when I'm talking. I'm like, you better. I'm like, I'm not done speaking. You stop. When I'm finished speaking, you can speak.
Oh
And
man.
people don't like that either. But if I'm
Nope.
just talking, I don't want you to tell me to like. I don't want you talking over me when I'm trying to say something.
Yes, especially when I'm making a good ass fire point.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna ruin the entire flow. Like let me finish. That used to happen to me in school a lot. Um, I was in women and gender studies classes in school, and there were some men in there. And okay, fine. You're okay. You're here. That's cool. You'll learn a lot. No problem. But then those men tried to overstep and like interrupt women when they were answering questions and things like that. And it's like, are you fucking kidding me? We're in a class learning about women and the issues that they face, and you're doing exactly what we talk. What? Like,
yeah.
what are you doing?
Yeah, there was a couple of guys in my women gender studies class who were the same way.
That doesn't make any sense to me. Crap. Women like it when you don't shush them and when you just sit there and listen and chime in with, you look pretty today. That's not
That's
true.
true.
Crap. No, that's not true.
No.
If I'm mad and I'm like, you know what? Why did you do that stupid thing? And you just go, you look pretty today. I'm going to slap you. Like, okay, I probably won't slap you. Like, no violence here.
I'll be like, oh, thanks. However, you're not getting out of this. Like, you're not getting out of this.
Oh
it's
God.
not okay.
That's hilarious. But yeah, I can't. I feel like if I'm okay, people think that they're right. Okay, when they're arguing, a lot of the time they think that they're right. So I won't say that I'm right. So listen, I will say that I feel like I'm making a valid point. So listen to my valid point. I feel like you should respect me enough to listen to it. You know?
Yeah, I agree. Literally, I need to date like a Taurus or something, or like a Sagittarius.
Are you into those?
I'm like super into that. It says Sagittariuses are supposed to be like really good friends of Aries, and like two of my really good friends are Sagittarius. But I need to be with someone who is willing to like listen to my point and be like, yeah, babe, you're right, but to also be like, actually, I mean, you make a good point, babe. However, like,
I find
who's like, I need someone really calm.
Yeah.
Okay, I need someone really chill. Because
Yeah.
I have anger issues. It's like really bad,
Ditto. I feel like it's important to have a discussion. You don't want someone that's going to be like, yes, okay, yes, all the time. Like a yes man is not the way to go. But at the same time, I guess it would be problematic to have someone who's just like you,
Yeah.
That would be bad. Like the arguments. Can you imagine the neighbors like sitting there like, oh my gosh, here they go again.
Yeah, like two of my exes are Leos, hence why they're my exes. I guess I can't date any Leos anymore. Like that's over and done with. And then I don't like other Aries women. You know, they get on my nerves. Like I've gotten into so many conflicts with them, and I'm not sure what it is exactly, but maybe it's just because we're all bullheaded
Mm-hmm.
and unwilling to like concede to our point. But yeah, I believe in that astrology stuff. So,
Well, I'm a Libra. Do you
oh,
know
okay.
what the best thing for that is?
No, I don't. What?
Well,
When were you born?
October.
October. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So, you know, that's that. I like how the men are the ones saying women like when this or women like when that in the chat. Ah, so funny. You guys are so funny. We're telling you what we like. God damn it. All right. Well, that is a topic for another day. Actually, that would be quite interesting if we just like give dating advice to men. And that would be fun.
Yeah, I've honestly I've had a couple of times where some guys are like, "Oh, I don't get why you're single." It's because I'm fucking crazy. Okay, it's because I'm crazy.
You just don't see it right now, okay?
Yeah, and then like they're like, "Oh, men like crazy." I'm like, I don't think you understand.
Crazy in your book and crazy in my book are two different definitions. I will say that I think it's important to find a place to like let go of all your frustrations. Like hence why we have the fuck that shit segment here tonight or today, because honestly, like if I don't talk about the things that annoy me, then it kind of gets worse. And I kind of blow up on people. So, you gotta let that go. But
Yeah.
it's
I mean, I usually get over things. I just need to rant about it over and over and over and over and over again. And then once I'm done, like once I've exhausted myself, I don't care anymore. I'm just like, okay,
yeah,
whatever.
exactly. Like, all right, I'm over it. That's what happens to me. I can get over things pretty quickly. Like I'll argue and then I'll be like later, like 10 minutes later, I'm like, are you still mad? Are you still mad about like what happened? Like, get over it. It was 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, that's why I like being friends with guys sometimes, because for the most part, if I get into I remember I got into this really bad argument with one of my dudes, right? And then like an hour later, I was like, "So you gonna pick up that new game though?" He's like, "Yeah, man, I'm picking it up." I'm like, "Okay," you know. And I have a hard time because I'm friends with a lot of girls, and I love women a lot, right? But it's like sometimes they'll get angry at me, and then when I try to talk it out, because I believe in completely expressing yourself, they act like I'm the one who has an issue. But then they'll do some shit later where it's clear that they're still pissed at me. And I'm like, okay, this is fine, I guess.
Yes, the passive aggressive. Fuck passive aggressiveness though. Like fuck that shit. That oh my god. If you have if you have a problem, just say it. Just tell me, you know? Because when you do shit, just why? Like how old are we? You know? I kind of feel like that's something that children do where they're just like not even children don't even really do that. Like they'll when they're mad, they'll just throw a tantrum. You know, just like at least do that. Like do something.
Yeah,
Don't
I can't stand that, dude.
ah
People being passive aggressive, that like nothing irks me more because it shows that you're too much of a little bitch to actually say something.
that's what I'm saying. Just tell me what the problem is, you know. Don't do things like, I don't know, not contact me for a couple of days cuz you're mad or, you know, don't freaking I don't even know what's like I don't know, don't not do something that I asked you to do and you said you would do just because you're upset with me. Like
Exactly.
that irks me. Tell me what the problem is. We will talk about it and then we'll just move on. Like, come on. We're grown-ups, right?
Yeah.
So fuck passive aggressiveness. Yeah. That is definitely on my list. All right. Well, I think do you have any other fuck that shits to give?
No, I mean, holy shit, that's fucked up, dude. Oh no, he's talking about video games. Okay.
Yeah, he's talking about Gears of War.
I was like, oh, okay, I didn't. All right, yeah.
Yeah, Jakey said, sounds wrong, but shooting people with shotguns relaxes me. Huh, if that was taken out of context, we would need to call the police on you, Jakey.
Yeah,
No, but he's talking about Gears of War 4.
oh, okay. I was like, oh, okay. Um, playing games relaxes me too.
It really, yeah, it does. Except for when a game frustrates you more, and then it's just the opposite effect. Like when you get lag, or when you shoot someone and they don't die in the game, and you're like,
I Yeah, I feel like I have a lot of patience because I play Dark Souls, and every
mm,
time I start feeling irritated, I mean, I'll play the game while I'm talking to people and like start yelling, be like, "God damn it, fuck this," but I never get. I never feel if I start feeling myself getting angry to the point where it's gonna upset me, I'll stop playing.
exactly, exactly. Sometimes I have to switch games because I'm just like, nope, not working today. Anyhow, so that will be the end of Fuck That Shit. Like I said before, definitely send all of yours in the comments below, and maybe they can show up as a topic in the following weeks. Next is our wind down. So we will start talking about where you can find us, and things like that. We do, yes, don't laugh, but we do have music for that. So here it is. Welcome to the Where to Find Us section, where we tell you where you can find us. I mean, self explanatory, right? Luca, go ahead.
All right, so you can find me on Xbox Live at TheAshenLuca. If you ever see my party open, go ahead and jump in. I'm always down to talk to new people. However, don't jump in there and start saying some crazy shit, okay? Like think about the things you say before you say them. Because if you say something that has me looking at you sideways, I'm immediately gonna be like, I don't want to. I'm for this person. And you can find me on Twitter at TheAshenLuca. Always starting arguments with people, arguing with people, fighting people. Um, you know, no big deal. I have PlayStation, but I don't really give that out to people because they fucking start acting weird. So I don't know.
So I am a streamer, as I mentioned before. So you can find me on Twitch at xBlueRendezvous. Same with Twitter, xBlueRendezvous. But I also have a Discord server, which has been a lot of fun. We can share memes there. We put selfies up. We, talk about funny things. And I update everyone on what I'm doing for the night and things like that. So definitely join the Discord. You can find all of our links down below in the info section. I definitely want to thank you all for being here. And if you enjoyed the video, definitely throw in some thumbs up and leave some comments. Let us know what you want us to talk about. Let us know what annoyed you that week. Because, come on, we're willing to talk about those things. This was our first episode, and it's super exciting. So catch us again for episode 2 next week. And thank you all for being here. I really appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks guys. Thanks for showing up. Y'all know you my G's. I appreciate all of you.
All right. So with that, we have outro music. Yes, I have outro music. Thank ya. We will catch you next week. Again, thank you so much. Bye.